Hi, everyone. Welcome to the OK Den Show. I am Titia Owens, the Madre.
Hey, y'all. I'm Chyna, Elizabeth, the daughter. Welcome back to the show.
We are so excited to be with you all today. And we have been having some discussions about modesty. A little stringy thing is right there. We've been having a little discussion about modesty and how it has evolved over the years. And so we're going to get right into it today, Chyna, because I think that's a strong topic that we can talk about, because there is such a difference about modesty today as past.
Most definitely. I would say people are not making that a priority anymore to be modest or to, have things on your body be sacred, or even just saying certain things in their language. Just not being so reserved. Everything is out there, and it's been a total switch.
I agree with that. And you said something that made me my ears heighten. You said also with their speech. So my mindset was dealing with more so fashion and style, but you said speech. So that's a whole nother topic that we need to make sure we talk about today. And so what I'm going to do is just talk about things that I've done some research on regarding modesty. And I'm going to kind of talk about what modesty is. Modesty is often referred to as a set of social norms that it's our governed behavior. It's how we dress. It's our speech. It's the decency or the humility that we have. It usually means conservative clothing and reserved behavior. That's usually what modesty means, especially for women.
Yeah.
Today, modesty still involves these elements, but it's more flexible and it's a little more personalized.
Yeah.
So it's about self-respect, a personal choice, and cultural context, often balanced with individual expression and empowerment.
Yeah.
So with that being said, Chyna, when you think about the different shifts and the influences that have come over the years, like even in your era, like in this age group that you're in, what have you seen, like growing up at home? Let's kind of start with that.
Yeah.
Growing up at home, what were some of the things that I would talk about as far as modesty, or things you could or could not wear?
Well, for me, I couldn't do like the strapless. I couldn't do the spaghetti straps. I couldn't do anything super short, super low. Just anything that was too revealing of skin. And yeah, that was what it was.
And what about you with makeup?
With makeup, I was able to wear makeup, but when I would get in trouble, I wouldn't be able to wear it.
Well, but in actuality, if you think back and look at your pictures, when did you actually start wearing makeup?
Like middle school?
High school. You don't have any middle school pictures with makeup on?
Mama, yes, I do.
Tell me which ones.
When I was in McAllen, I was wearing makeup.
No, ma'am.
Or maybe I was sneaking it, but...
Well, you might have been sneaking it, but you did not have permission to wear makeup in junior high.
I was definitely wearing makeup in my 8th grade year. Even for we had a prom, like an 8th grade prom. I wore makeup for that.
The prom, maybe for a special occasion, but you did not wear makeup every day. You didn't even, just go back and look at your pictures, Chyna.
I'm not saying I did it every day, but I would maybe wear some mascara. I'm not saying a full face either.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You could not wear a full face of makeup. I might let you put on some lip gloss and even mascara from time to time, but you did not wear makeup.
Okay.
And I have pictures to prove it.
I have some pictures too.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So more high school.
Yeah, that's when I really allowed you
the glam.
Yeah, and you went in.
Opposed to you getting started at what age?
I started very early.
What was that age?
I was very young.
age of third grade, maybe third.
Somewhere in there.
So third grade, high school. So what made you decide that
You couldn't wear it until...
right to high school?
Well, I felt like I was going to be more intentional about you waiting, because I felt like me even having the experience at such a young age, I never knew the joy of makeup. Like I understood doing makeup for other people, but I never really got excited about makeup because I wore it so early. I just thought it was a part of who I was. And so I was somewhat lost in my identity because of that, because I wore makeup for so long, and I didn't want you to have that same experience. I wanted you to be okay with not wearing makeup, and if you wore it, it was a benefit, but I didn't want it to be that was who you were known for.
For sure.
At that point in your age, I just wanted people to see your natural beauty, and then makeup could come in the future.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that was really the mindset for that.
Okay, well, yeah. So I had to wait on the makeup. And I had to wait on the hair color.
Definitely you had to wait on the hair color. Why are you pausing?
Now y'all see this lady head.
They see it.
Full of color.
Always has been.
But I could not
No, you could not.
put even a little bit of color in my hair until my junior year, I think.
In high school.
Yeah,
Somewhere
on
in
my
there.
senior year. One of the last years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, going back to those things of waiting and having that opportunity to really enjoy the fact that you had permission to do something you really wanted to do, as opposed to giving it to you so early. It was just some things you can wait for. And I felt like that was a thing you could wait for.
No, I just want to know, what is having a different hair color?
It was just something I
do.
Because I did it so early. It was just because I had done these things so early. I feel like I want my child to wait. I want her to be excited about the opportunity to be able to do it. I don't even know if I had a conversation with my mom about coloring my hair. She probably just came home and my hair was colored.
Yeah.
Just because.
See, I would be knocked upside the head. Let me come home and I ain't tell my mama I was coloring my hair. Lord Jesus.
But that was the difference. That's just the difference in the thought process, because I just did a lot of things early on. That was just my makeup as a young person. I just had a very mature persona, and I did a lot of things early.
Right.
And so my thing with you was, I'm going to make sure she waits. I'm going to allow her to just enjoy these things, so when they do come, they'll be very exciting for her to do.
Yeah.
Did you feel that way at all?
Feel what way?
Excited about the opportunities. Do you remember?
Definitely. I was so ready to dye my hair.
Yeah.
Definitely. I don't even know if it was I guess excited, but I was just ready to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Because I had been waiting so long. It's like, okay.
But you finally were getting your hair colored. Okay, we need to get back on topic.
Right. No, so I was about to ask you, back in the day, how was it dressing for y'all? Like, were y'all intentional about being modest? I know you were, because I've seen pictures.
Yes.
But even the society of like how people dress, was that a thing? Were people more covered up? Because today it's not that way.
I remember not even wearing jeans till I was in high school. I remember that. I was very conservative. And a lot of the times I wore my mom's clothing. And so my mom was a very professional dresser. So at school, I always looked very professional. People would always ask me where I would get my clothes from and so on and so forth. But I just had my own personal thought process about being covered up. I don't know what my grandmother played a role in that too. She was always about having things covered up and make sure things are tight so they're not jiggling.
The shapewear.
Yeah, she would always be like, get that foundation on. I think I've told y'all that in the past. She was about the shapewear ministry.
Yeah.
The foundation ministry.
Yeah.
You were not to be jiggling. There was no jello happening in her house on your body.
That's funny.
So it all had to be tightened up. And so I believe those kinds of conversations with my grandparents, both my grandmothers were like that. It caused me to be very thoughtful about my clothing. I still I will wear something more form-fitted now, but I used to really struggle with wearing anything even form-fitted back in the day because I just felt like I was revealing too much. And again, I don't have a problem with people wearing form-fitted things. It was just a personal concern that I had. Like today, I still don't like wearing my arms out. It's just comfort. I feel comfortable when my arms are covered as opposed to when they're uncovered. And maybe if I had Angela Bassett arms, I might feel better about it, or Priscilla Shire arms. I might wear my arms out a little bit more, but I don't have those.
That's funny.
And so therefore I've always had my arms, but even when I was a younger girl, when I was in junior high and all of that, I just never wore my arms out. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Well, today I feel like social media definitely has warped our view on modesty because everyone is half naked.
Very much so.
On the internet. It don't matter what you're doing, why, for what, just attention seeking. Having your whole body on the gram. And I get it, body positivity, do all that. I love it. But that don't mean you gotta show your whole body to the world. Like, yes, love yourself, love your body, but keep that to yourself.
Yeah, and I just feel there are so many people that think that we all need to know what they have. And I believe it started to a lot of it with, a music culture when they started doing those videos and all of those women, the different women that they would have in those music videos. Most of them had on very little clothing.
That's true.
And, those videos got a lot of attention. It caused a lot of young people to want that same kind of attention. And I noticed in the entertainment world, especially like in the hip hop world and in the sometimes even in the R&B world, ladies just feel like they need to show more. When you see somebody that's more covered up, that's more abnormal now. If you see a girl fully clothed and she's not showing too much skin, it looks like something is wrong with her because she's going to stand out because that's no longer the way. Yeah. The way is now to show skin.
And provocative.
Yeah. There's a song.
Oh, gosh.
That I wrote. And it says, I don't want to see your tail.
When did we write this song?
I don't want to see your flesh hanging out your shorts. And I don't want to see your tail. 'Cause those old people say you are going to. I'm going to let y'all fill in the blank.
Oh, wow.
Oh, no standing ovations, please. No standing ovations.
Gosh, I ain't heard that one before. It's new to me too, guys.
Oh, I just thought I would add that in for you all because you were asking for some entertainment, so I thought I'd provide it for you.
Definitely.
But anyway, Chyna.
Yeah.
So, there are different cultures that feel like to be covered up is definitely the way to go. I know in certain parts of the country, you have to be covered from pretty much your head to your toe, and you can be arrested or even you're committing a crime if you're uncovered. And again, I don't necessarily feel like you have to be covered to the degree where you can't expose anything about yourself. I just feel like we don't need to see so much skin.
No, definitely. I feel like the fashion industry has played a role into it as well because everything is so cropped. Everything is so show some skin here, all these cutouts. Even in dresses, like you can't even find a dress anymore without having it cut out on the side or something extra to where it's like you got to show some skin, and it's just like, can I just have a regular dress?
Exactly.
Please.
But I'll even say in the wedding industry, I remember there was a time when I was looking at wedding dresses and I could not find a wedding dress where my arms were covered up. So I ended up having to get it made because I just couldn't find one where the arms weren't out or it was just things that were like a crop breast type cover
Yeah, like
thingy.
a heart shaped or V-neck.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bustier concept.
Right.
And again, I think that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to have that much exposed. I don't want my breasts sitting up under my chest and my arms out. I just prefer to have more of that covered up. And even at a wedding, I just think it's so much more beautiful when the woman has that look. And like I said, it's so abnormal now.
It is.
When you see someone like that, I saw a young lady that had a dress on and she was completely covered. It was like a lace dress, but I thought it was absolutely beautiful. And I thought, oh my God, she looks abnormal compared to the brides that I've seen, but I thought it was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah. No, the industry has definitely catered to the more exposing of skins and everything. It's just like you don't have a chance, honestly, until it's wintertime and everything is long sleeve. That's your time to really go and have a good shopping spree. But when it's summertime, they automatically feel like you got to be naked. And it's like,
it's hard to shop.
It is. Not everybody wants all of these things that are so exposing. And it's just not even meant for us who want to be modest.
Right.
Anymore.
Now that's something right there for you to have to, when you're able to go shopping and you have to figure out what can I get that's not going to expose.
It's hard.
Yeah, my body parts.
It really is hard because, like, unless you're wearing a t-shirt and some shorts that aren't too short, it's like you're going to have something where your arms are out or your breast is showing too much. Or, well, me, I'm just blessed in this area too, so it's hard for me. But even with that, even if I ain't have nothing, it's like all that's still gonna be showing. Yeah. If I were to buy what they are selling to us, so it's difficult.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I would also say too, I have the mindset of I don't want the whole world seeing me because I want to have something for my husband to
Come
see.
on now.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to hold it back.
I want to be sacred.
That's all I'm saying.
For my husband.
You want him to be surprised.
Surprise.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all I'm saying. I like all that surprisation.
Yeah, it's like the whole world done seen you, and it's like you have nothing to have just for your sacred covenant. You know what I'm saying?
I do get that.
It's like,
right. Yeah. I'm with you. I agree. I feel like a lot of it too is, again, what we're communicating at home. I remember having these conversations with my daughter, and everything has to be intentional. You know, I'm seeing so many young people doing what they want to do, having their own opinions so early. And it's okay to share thoughts, but parents, we have the final say so. That's what our role is to parent, to guide, to lead, to provide wisdom, instruction, and discipline. Yeah. And so I remember having those kind of conversations with you and your brother just about particular ways of carrying yourself, things that come out of your mouth, things that are not coming out of your mouth. Because again, it's a reflection of not just them, but it's a reflection of me. It is a reflection of how I am parenting. And I cared about that. That was something that mattered to me. Yeah. And it has to matter to you in order for you to instill certain things. I think that a lot of us focus on sports. We focused on things for future, maybe a job per se, getting out and working, but not necessarily teaching them the characteristics of an individual where somebody wants to hire them or somebody wants them to represent their company. What do you think about that?
I agree. It definitely starts in the home, and I feel like that's the problem these days. There are a lot of younger parents who are living in this world and dressing how they want to dress themselves. Yeah. So it's like they can't teach their kid nothing different if their kid is seeing them, you know,
wear what they want to wear or reveal what they want to reveal, basically.
Exactly. So it's not too many good examples. And then the way that these kids have so much access to the social media, they see these things. And it's like, I desire to look like that. Or I desire to dress like that. And if you're a parent who isn't as strict or just doesn't apply those things, they're gonna be wearing whatever they want to wear.
Very true.
And whatever they see.
Yeah.
So it's very important, and to really instill that so that they understand, and like explaining to them why that's a thing, opposed to just telling them, because they'll just feel like you just saying that because you wanted to say that.
Right, you're giving me rules.
Exactly, but it's definitely a good reason behind it, because you don't want to be out here just looking crazy. And I also feel that way with swimsuits too. Now I feel like people be feeling like it's a pass just because you wearing a swimsuit.
Oh, you're saying you're seeing a little too much.
Yeah, don't nobody. It don't be necessary. Have your fun on the beach by yourself in person. You don't have to post the pictures for the whole world to see, but to each his own. But I personally, I'm still just not gonna do that either, because that's just too much.
And I'm gonna say, for me, it doesn't even matter about my size, whether I'm larger or smaller. I'm just not comfortable with showing all my goods.
Yeah.
I just feel it's unnecessary, and I am thinking about others who are looking on as well.
Yeah.
The temptation that it could cause, and also the distraction that it may cause if I am exposing so much of my behind or so much of my boobs that it is causing someone to have so much attention that it causes a problem, or it gives negative attention toward me even. Like, I am married, I am concerned about just creating attention that I don't even want to deal with. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind. I want my husband, of course, to be attractive, but I'm not necessarily doing it for the other man.
Right.
Now, again, you can't control what other people do, but if you are intentional, knowing that this is something that I am purchasing that is revealing 80% of my body, I know that there's going to be some type of attention. Now, if you're the person that's seeking that kind of attention, again, it's not always a good outcome.
Yeah.
We are always saying how we wish this person wasn't coming up to us trying to talk to us, or why am I getting this negative kind of attention? But a lot of times in our dress and in our fashion and how we're carrying ourselves, it does request attention, and it may be negative.
Yeah. No, definitely. I can definitely attest to that. You got something on raunchy, expect a raunchy man.
Well, yeah, because again, most men, they don't mind their wives looking amazing and beautiful and even revealing some things, but I believe they want it done tastefully.
For sure.
When it is causing negative attention, it does become a problem.
Yeah.
So we just have to be mindful of those things. And again, these are our views. You don't have to agree with us.
For sure.
You may feel like exposing is the way to go, or showing more is doing it for you. We're saying that's not good for us.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that think the way that we do. And so we're speaking for that group of people.
For sure.
We get a lot of information, and people reach out to us about different things. And this is a topic that so many wanted us to talk about, because they do feel like it is becoming a problem.
Yeah.
With every award show nowadays, when we see these performances and these entertainers singing, I am just in awe that I'm seeing so much of their body.
Yeah. No, it's getting out of hand. Now, for future reference, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think it'll get worse, or do you think it'll get better? I don't really see it getting too better, but
I mean, the thing about it is, fashion spins, it comes back around.
It does.
This is just a new level of freedom.
Yeah.
Everybody now is, what do they say? They're walking in their truth.
Right.
So if their truth is exposing their body, they could care less about what anybody else thinks. And so I don't know if that's a trend or if that's going to be an ongoing thing, because we have now wrapped our minds around whatever we feel, however we think. It doesn't really matter what somebody else feels.
What does the Lord say?
That's the bottom line. But who's asking that question other than believers that really care about these things, because that is something that I care about. I do care about how I carry myself. Now, again, I love having fun. I love dressing nice,
For sure,
and all those things, but I am concerned about modesty. I'm thinking about that when
Yeah.
I am putting on clothes.
Yeah.
That is an intention when I wear an outfit. So,
and I would say too, even if you want to even to look like Christ and you looking like everybody else, how you looking like Christ? How can you be
set apart?
Yeah, set apart from the crowd. It's like, if you're looking like everyone else, there's no way anyone could tell unless you just talk about them. But even with that, it's like, how you talking about them and you got your whole body out?
Yeah, it's contradictory.
It really is.
Yeah, but we don't look at it like that.
No, definitely.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. No, literally. No one looks at it. It's so unfortunate how much people are literally just doing what they want to do, and if this is what I feel,
right,
this is what I'm gonna do. And it's so emotion based and all of these things of I and it's like, this ain't about you.
Wow, that's good.
You know? And I think that has been the problem with the whole modesty thing, because it's like, oh, this is what makes me feel good. This is what makes me get the attention put on me. And that shouldn't be the focus.
Right. And then it becomes a problem when it's too much attention and when it's the wrong attention.
Right.
But you've requested it without requesting it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a sad situation, but at the end of the day, like you said, it is, I guess, subjective to have whoever is wearing whatever. But I ain't finna be
exposed like that.
I try not to be. Now, I am blessed in some areas that I just can't help it sometimes. But I really do try to be intentional about being covered up and not exposing too much, because it do cause attention. And I don't like when people be looking at me like, ooh, look over there now. Don't be looking at me.
Well, I mean, and there are some times where you cannot control.
No, for sure.
The attention, because if someone sees somebody beautiful, of course they're going to look. But at the same time, it's the revealing of things with you being intentional about exposing your body parts or things about you that are going to cause even more attention to the beauty. So, yeah, that's what we're talking about, is just being more intentional.
So where can they find some modest clothes?
Well, you can always go to tailorwaist.com. That is my clothing brand. It is definitely modest. It's very fashionable. It's beautiful. It's colorful. There's a lot of styles. And so therefore, Tailor Waist is always a place to shop.
Definitely. I was thinking Tailor Waist too. I was.
But you know, there's a lot of you do have to be intentional about finding those kind of clothes, though, because again, a lot of the designers are creating patterns where they're showing more skin. Yeah. So you just have to be, again, intentional about how you want to dress and how you are wanting to be perceived, basically. So they out there, just got to do the searches. Tailor Waist, the main one, though. For sure. But we talked about speech.
Yes.
As well. I remember there was a time my mouth was a potty mouth. I had a potty mouth. And it was just because I didn't understand the issue with using profanity. I didn't realize what it was causing me to look like, even what other people thought about me when I was using profanity. I remember being convicted by it. I had gone to a service, and I remember this minister preaching about how blessings and cursings cannot come out of the same mouth. They do, but they should not. Yeah. Just because, again, it's contradictory to who we are and what we represent if we say we're believers. Yeah. I am a believer. I am one that believed Jesus died for my sins. He died and was raised from the dead. And I know that I am saved because of that. And I am willingly open about confessing that. Yeah. And because of that, my mouth needed to identify with my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And there was a time where it was very confusing. And I think that's just where I was with my walk. I was still very confused about the connection of the relationship with the Lord, as well as my witness with my mouth and with my walk. And so once I understood that, I changed all those things about me. And I don't use profanity at all.
Yeah.
Now, again, I am one to bring it to someone's attention, especially if I hear them using it often in front of me. It's always an uncomfortable thing sometimes when you bring those kind of things to someone, but it's my duty because I realize the importance of, again, how our mouth reflects who we are. And people sometimes just brush it off as a minor thing, but the Lord looks at all of that. And if we're saying we are believers and we are Christians and we're representing Christ, all of that matters.
No, I agree. And I would also add to that, I feel like even now people are more vulgar with their speech. And even like in the music industry, like I feel like even on television, everything used to be so censored.
Right.
But now everything is
You
just
can say what you want to say.
You can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
And it's just like back in the day, you couldn't do none of that.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's everything is out there. The music is outrageous. Like you can't even put on a song without it you having to have bleep 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 right next to each other. If you're trying to listen to
a clean song.
Yeah, a clean version of the song. It don't even sound right because it's so bad.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
And it's really gotten out of hand. Like, I just don't understand why everything has to be so over the top.
Yes.
Vulgar.
And again, I go back to trends. Some people feel like if they see something does well for one person, they jump on board. Some, one artist made, and we're just talking about the artist side of it right now.
Yeah.
But even if you're in a group of people, the person
people be talking like that too.
That's funny, and they're telling a joke, and their mouth is the most vulgar, and they're getting the most laughs. So then we have to jump on that wagon, and then we have to be more vulgar.
Yeah.
So the same with music. You write a song, and we see that particular song is charting or going up the charts because they're saying inappropriate things. So we need to say inappropriate things.
Yeah.
And I'm saying to you, if you want to be more like Christ and you want to represent him, then you want to remove that from your conversation. So it's all about who do you want to represent.
Okay. Who do you serve?
Period.
Now, after all of that, what are you okay with?
I'm okay with caring about my covering up, being modest. I'm okay with being conservative in my attire. I'm okay about being intentional about being not so exposed. That's what I'm okay with.
Love that.
What about you?
I would say that I am okay with knowing who I serve.
Yes.
Who my God is. And, following his way and not following the crowd.
Amen. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so super-tastic.
Right? I think it's super-tastic, too. I wish the whole world would get on that way. It'd be a beautiful place.
Well, I must say, Chyna, you are absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thank you,
And you always
Mom.
carry yourself in a very ladylike manner. And I'm proud of you because, again, everybody has their own way of doing things. And we're not knocking anybody that has their own way of doing it. We're just saying these are our suggestions.
Yeah.
So, with that
I
being said.
appreciate that, Mom.
I love
You're
you.
so beautiful, too.
Okay, then. Well, all right. We have had a wonderful time with you all again
We have.
at the OK Then show, and we ask that you all continue to watch, follow, and subscribe on
Yes.
YouTube. You can watch us every Wednesday morning at 9 a.m.
Yes, and you can also listen on Apple Podcasts and Spotify at 9 a.m. But if you want to see us looking cute, go on to that YouTube and make sure you subscribing and liking and commenting, okay?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Until the next time.
Okay then. Bye then.